What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today I want to try something completely different. I was 100% inspired by Ricky J Sports, who made these videos of him trying to beat Muhammad Ali using Butterbean on the hardest difficulty over a 12-round fight. And in his final attempt, he did it across the distance over 12 rounds, so he won on points.
Oh, we're going to get right to the end. How about that? Look at Butterbean. And here we go. Could the third time be a charm? Both guys unsure about the verdict. What's it gonna be? Who's got it? Come on, baby. Yeah!
Now, I've once proven in Fight Night Champion that two fighters of similar overall, or even say Lennox versus Tyson, is extremely easy even when Tyson is on go. However, the Butterbean to Muhammad Ali is just under 20 points of overall difference. Now, I knew I needed to test myself here, but as I was loading up Fight Night and as I was starting to write down this video, I made an awful discovery and kind of a thought, and that is Ricky J is far better at Fight Night Champion than me without challenge. He plays it more often. If we fought, I guarantee I would lose. So I knew I had quite the mission ahead of me. Now, my first thought was I'm going to get in a few practice runs, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get in one practice run and I'm going to play the way I would have assumed I could beat him, and that is just by getting in and probably knocking out Ali within 3 rounds. Butterbean's a heavy hitter. Like, that's my thought process here. So in my first attempt, okay, I don't have the stamina advantage here. Ali's probably got the speed, but I think I've got the power. So at this point, I am prepared to knock him out, throw a lot of hooks, throw a lot of uppercuts, and I think I can do it, to be honest. I don't see a world why I wouldn't be able to do that. Butterbean hits hard, throw hooks, throw uppercuts. Ali won't be able to handle that against me. Knock him out, like I said, within 3 rounds, but early on, within the first 50 seconds, I'm already down on the canvas. So right off the bat, I thought, you know what, I'm not going to change my game plan for this first run. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to swing. I'm going to try and kind of mentally download Ali and mentally download what he's doing, because I'm down again in the first round already. So it's already not going well. I did get to the second round and I start to notice some things throughout this fight. While I am getting battered and I'm just swinging hooks, I'm noticing where he's blocking. I'm noticing what he's doing, what he's countering. And I feel like if I keep this game plan up, I know that a different game plan can probably beat Ali, if I'm honest, on the hardest difficulty. So of course, this didn't go my way, as you can imagine here in this first run. That's kind of it. Down and out. Second round is all it took for Ali to beat me. Now, a few things that I learned from this is, one, Butterbean can eat a lot of punches from Ali, even though he is 93 overall. But now I knew it was time to check out the stats. I realised that Butterbean wasn't a heavy hitter as I thought he was. Of course, he is a heavy hitter and he does have that high-rated 20 hook to the head, but his body shots are pretty terrible. His uppercuts are not that good. So now I kind of thought, all right, I know what I've got to deal with here. So it's time to go in and it's time to get this final run. And that's all I wanted, 2 runs. And I was feeling confident. I felt like I had mentally downloaded enough on Ali at this point. And looking at his stats as well, and looking at mine, I felt like I was ready to make a run for it. Now I want to show you guys the full setup of everything, so people don't think I'm cheating, as that's always the way people think it goes. But at this point, I obviously had 1 practice run, hadn't probably played the game, embarrassingly, in probably in about 2 months. So this was my second time back on the game. You know, I had my practice run where I just threw hooks like a madman. Now, I knew going into this fight, I've sped it up here just so you guys can see there's no cuts, there's no changes in difficulty. You guys just get to see the whole thing here. Now, I knew because it's Fight Night Champion, Ali probably isn't going to want to fight on the back foot early on. He's going to want to throw a lot. That's what he did in the first run. He threw a lot. So my plan here is to tire him out, move around, attack very little, and then when his stamina is low, attack him. You guys will see the full fight here. This was my game plan. I thought first round, I'll throw a few body shots, and I was going to cut the fight up a little bit, but I thought, you know what, that's probably not the best bet, because people will tend to then think I've cheated. But my game plan here was throw some body hooks, let Ali miss. He throws a lot. That's what I'm noticing already. His short-term stamina goes down really quick. He drains the whole bar quite often, as we'll see throughout this fight. So in the first round, I was happy just to see how much he would really throw if he wasn't landing. Would he slow down? Would he stop throwing with the body shots? My plan was to at least have double his stamina come round 7. That was my game plan here, was to throw a little bit in the first round and the volume of punches get lower and lower until I see he's at a point where he is attackable. Because right now, he's not attackable. If I trade with him, I'm 100% going to sleep. So it's the end of the first round. I'm pretty happy to be down, probably 10-9. I mean, you probably might even rule that a 10-8. But right away, I noticed here, the reason I waited for this screen is because I wanted to see what my stamina was and what his was. 95 mine's at to 79. Now, of course, I have got to watch out, as we saw from my first run. Ali really has just... I mean, he's just ridiculously powerful in this game. And Butterbean is, of course, not that powerful. I mean, he's got the strength, you know, he's got some decent stats. But the second round was I just wanted more of the first. That's all I wanted. I don't care if I lose 9 rounds in a row. I just need to make sure that I can tire him out. That I get him to throw off big combinations when he's on the inside, like he's doing here, and I'm blocking them or I'm moving out the way. Let him throw off lots of combinations where he's missing all the time. Now, it seems to be that a lot of his straights and jabs are power straights and power jabs at this point, which is fine by me because that's draining his stamina. As you can see, I'm pushing on the front foot. I'm not doing much. I'm throwing a body hook from time to time, and I'm moving away. That's all I care about at this point. That's what I'm doing. I'm coming in, letting him put off a combination. It doesn't hit me, or maybe one of the 4 punches hit me, and then move away. Let him miss some shots. Let him miss, let him miss, let him miss. That's all I'm doing at this point. The second round is more of the is just more of the first. That's literally my entire game plan here. If I have to do this for 10 rounds and knock him out in the 12th, I'm gonna do that. If I can do this and knock him out next round, I'm gonna do that. I don't intend on trading with him. I intend on using the Fight Night Champions GOAT difficulty against itself, because they do just throw so much pressure at you with Ali, and he just throws so many straights and jabs, and they're so easy to avoid when you're out of range, because the AI will still throw them when they're ridiculously out of range. So we've got 10 seconds left in the second round, and I'm just happy to back up. Look at, I mean, Ali's stamina's pretty low. I'm happy to back up. Let him just land some shots. See, he's backing away and he throws that hook. God knows why. So we're into the second round. I've not been hurt. That was kind of my goal. I've not been really damaged. My stamina's pretty good. I've not been throwing a great deal, as you guys have seen, to be honest. His stamina's pretty low. My stamina's looking good. But I know that he can fight on his reserves. I'm not thinking he's at half stamina. Cool. Let me just throw a shit ton. Now, you'll see in this round, I start to throw that lead uppercut a bit more because that seems to connect a good amount. However, I don't want to get carried away and throw a shit ton. As you see, I'm throwing 4 or 5 punch body combinations, and then I'm not doing much else after that. I don't want him to clinch with me. I want to make sure that at all times, this AI is wanting to throw combinations at me. Ali is wanting to throw heavy jabs, heavy straights at me, and drain his stamina.
Focusing. I shake it off.
We've got about 28 seconds left in this third round, and it's been more of the same. You know, I think this was probably one of my more active rounds. My straight counter was pretty nice. I tried to counter a few hooks, but it just wasn't working. I was happy to fight on the back foot. His stamina was horrendous coming to the end of this round. I knew that's what I wanted, and I knew that this is where I wanted to be, but I didn't expect to be here so early. But we rock him here in the last seconds of the round. I'm not going to spam punches. I'm happy for it to be like that. I'm impressed and surprised at how quick his stamina has gone down because I've just let him do his thing and I've done very little to counter it. Going to this fourth round, I'm pretty confident I'm down 3-0, but as I said, I don't intend on winning rounds. I intend on knocking Ali out. That is my game plan. Of course, he's still got that power to knock me out at any point, but I'm quite happy here where I'm feeling good. But of course, I don't want to get carried away. We see the scorecards there. Apparently, they gave me the third round. I don't know if I really believe that, to be honest. But I don't want to do too much. But whereas now, I'm seeing his stamina is about 30%. I'm thinking I can probably put it on him a little bit now. Throw some of my own shots. But of course, last thing I want to do is get carried away. And that would be the downfall of me. If I'm ever going to fail at a great start like this, it's going to be because I get carried away. Because I think he's low on stamina. But as we know, this Ali can hurt us at any point. And trading with him is pretty foolish, as you can see here. It doesn't make sense for me to exchange, as I tend to be losing most of these exchanges. But as you can see, he is fighting on low stamina. His stamina drops down to nothing, and he carries on throwing. And that is my goal. I'm hoping, come round 8, that's what he's going to be doing. He's going to have to fight on low stamina. But I am starting to get combinations off now. It looks like his low stamina is starting to affect the block, starting to affect when he can actually throw, as he's having to pick individual punches, which is what I want. But I don't want to drain my stamina, which is something that I notice I'm doing in this 4th round. So I do end up having to hold back a little bit towards the end. But for now, I'm just letting shots off, letting my hands fly. Finally, 4 rounds in, actually doing something to win a round. So we've got 10 seconds left in this 4th round, and, you know, as you guys can imagine, I'm feeling good. His stamina is pathetic. He cannot go from round 5 to round 12 and beat me at this point. Even if I cannot knock him out, I do not believe he will be able to outpoint me at that low pace. However, he is still good. He's still got 30% stamina. I'm at 57. I was a bit disappointed in myself from getting carried away in that 4th round and throwing too many shots, but I was feeling pretty good here. And still at the start of this round, we can see he's still trying to throw combinations that are just his stamina. He just hasn't got it in the tank. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait for that stamina to get low. And every time it gets low, I'm going to throw a simple shot, whether it be the jab, the straight, a simple lead hook, the lead uppercut, like that. And down he goes. The first drop for us is in the 5th round. The lead uppercut. I mean, that's causing serious damage. He's now got his weak block low on stamina. But we've hurt him. Of course, you know, we know what Ali is like. He's not going down without a fight. He's of course going to be able to keep throwing these combinations. And I was prepared for another 7 rounds. All I wanted to make sure was that I did not get carried away and get stopped. That was my biggest fear right here. But at this point, we can see he is struggling with everything. That lead hook is nasty. You see that lead hook's land 4 or 5 times in a row. He just can't counter it. He absolutely, every time he throws something, I'm throwing that lead hook. Easy, man. I'm not even doing the sidestep and stuff. Just being able to land at the second he throws. I'm happy to take one to give that, because it's going to hurt him every time. The lead hook does it again. Drops him again, which, you know, we love to see. Of course, we know what Ali's like. He's going to get up. And to my surprise, he does not. The 5th round KO on go against 93. Overall, Ali using 74 overall Butterbean. I could not believe that I had done it. I was able just to fight a pretty stale, boring game plan going into this fight. And I was happy to lose every round as long as I got the knockout. My plan was not to be like Ricky J and win on points. Ricky J is far better and he's got that patience to win on points. I know I didn't have that patience to want to trade. I didn't have the skill to want to trade, but I had the patience to bore Ali. It was dead even, which I couldn't believe. It was 10. He won 10-8 somehow that first round. Going into the 5th, I couldn't believe it was dead even on it, honestly. But it just shows you if you use the fighter right, anything can be done. But again, all credit goes to Ricky J Esports for an amazing idea. Tons of fun to do. Make sure you go check out his channel. He's an absolute legend. I absolutely love his content. He's just like, his laugh is just like contagious. He's just a brilliant guy. So definitely go check out his channel, guys. I'll link it in the description. And yeah, you know, it was an awesome idea, and I knew that I wanted to give it a go my way. And you know, Ricky J made full long videos for it, and I was like, you know what, for me, I want to get it all in one video and see if I can do it. And I wanted just to give it 2 runs to see if I could do it and see if I could beat Ali my way. Because there's no way I could do it with Ricky Jade. And even if I tried to outpoint him over 12 rounds, I'm going to get knocked out early every time. As you can see from the punch stats, I threw half the amount that Ali did and still got the 2 knockdowns. Very few jabs, few hooks, few uppercuts. He threw 92 power shots and he only landed 40%. That's where the stamina draining came in. So it was good. It was a good fight. It was a good challenge. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. Drop a like, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.